Yes. Okay, so, good morning everybody. My name is Marco Bassignano, as I hope you know, and I'm here today to explain RDE programming environment. So first, I hope you all have installed RDE, which is this one. Anyway, you can find it on the Robox website and download it. Now, I open the program.
这个 RDE 是昨天我发给大家的那个群里面我都下载了，应该可以下载下来，然后可以安装一下，然后可能版本不一样，然后如果要最新版本的话，就去我们依然这个网站上下载，这样的话可以获取最新的版本。
Okay, RDE is available in Italian, English, and also Chinese language, I think. So you will be very lucky to find your native language in this program. Of course, I use the English one to be universal, to be able to be understood by everyone, I hope. So, what we do now is to think about a theoretical situation, a machine, and we have to make the program to interface and control that machine. For instance, let's imagine that this machine is made of 3 axes, controlled by the same electronics. So, for example, like a little robot, or like a little industrial application. Okay? So, for this purpose, we start making the project, so our workspace, and then to create all the things necessary for the project. For example, I start with workspace, new workspace here, okay? You see? The green one. Then, maybe you would like to see a bigger I try to make the dimension bigger, if I find where the hell is this. Maybe this one. Nothing happens. Interesting. Here. This one, anyway, is useless. One more. Concentration of graphics. So hundreds of stupid things, but never the only one I need. This one. Finally. How about this? Yeah, better. Yeah. So, this I make workspace. New workspace. Do you see all the people? Is it big enough the screen? The screen, do you see? Yeah? Okay. So, new workspace. And here the first one is the base folder in which we will put our workspace. And then I make a name. So this is test 0, for example. I create a specific folder. Yes, it is always suggested. So in this way, we will put all the files necessary for the project inside that folder. This is very useful, not to lose important files. Okay, what's the description? Here I just write something I want. 3 axis example machine. Okay? And then I create. And this is the main workspace. Now, in the workspace, I find here this window on the left, in which I can create all the related objects, all the ones I need. More ones are related for the bug, so for that you will see the related course that we also have the video about it if you want. Or we can make a little more explanation afterwards if you want. In here instead we have documentation. This is very important. I put it here to have always in front of you. Okay, here we have all the documentation of RDE, which is very, very important. Today and all the other days, I always make explanation on just a few things. For example, like now, we make a little project, but of course you will have to perform more detailed programs, more complex structures, and you need to learn more. So you may either speak with us, with Robox staff, we will give answers to your questions. Or, if you are very clever, you may look in here and find the documentation of the firmware, which is the general handling of the system, but more important, we have RDE documentation, so about all the important topics you may would like, okay? Yeah?
有没有就是说有没有问题或者沟通上有没有什么问题需要那个翻译一下，或者是有一些什么问题可以及时提出来？他刚刚提到的就是说我们要使用我们对这个 RDE 的文件这个软件的话，我们会提供一些帮助文档。通过刚才的那个 framework， 就是说我们的基础的那个文档，我们可以看到一些和我们整个软件相关的东西。同时我们可以看一下关于我们的那个编程语言的那个一些那个帮助文档，其实在这可以找得到。
Okay, so use these books, read them, they are very useful for you. You will find a lot of information. And if you are software developer, here you have programming languages, R3 language. This is what you will need to learn, to read a little bit, to know how to program in our R3 language. Robox R3 language is the one we use to make our software application. And it is 99% C++. So the same instructions, same grammar, or same mathematics. If you know C++ programming, you learn R3 in 1 minute. Anyway, of course, there are all the motion-related commands, and they are just, how can I say, related to the rules programming. And you may find a better explanation about the structures and the way to use them in the manual. So use the manual. Quite sure there are also Chinese manuals. Not sure of this, that they are all complete, but there are Chinese manuals. So you will find, again, the manuals you need in your language. It will be good for you. Anyway, apart from the documentation that I always suggest people to use so much, we start making our workspace. Right-click on this white window, we make new RDE project. This is the main part, the main window of the project. In here, we will set many things. First, we set here the connection that we still have to make. We choose the compiler. So I go here, R33E, I click this lens, and I make C, Robox, R33E, and for example I have this version. You may have older ones, newer ones, don't worry. It's of course a good idea to have always the most updated one, but just you need to have one. I don't care which one, this is not topic of today. Then I want to have minimum messages, and yes, also this one. But these are just my suggestions. What you just need is to have a compiler selected, otherwise you will not compile. Keep in mind that there is a license on RDE, so I'm not sure what is the stop for people who do not have the license, but I think you have. Anyway, if you don't, maybe compilation is not allowed. So keep in mind this.
Okay.
Yeah?
就是你们每个人都打开了那个 RDE 软件以后，现在能打开吗？就是说，因为我们的软件都需要一个 license， 就是一个证书。然后如果没有证书的话，你们可能打不开。你们现在全都已经打开了吗？那个你们都有啊？哎，你用的是谁的证书啊？是谁给你的？你的吗？啊？是给你的。OK， 那个我希望大家可以共享这个证书，因为可能大家都是 Apple 同事，然后可能都可以用这个权限，因为这个权益很高，同学们有吗？ 有些没有吗？有些没有吗？要不你放到那个我们的那个。
Are you looking for the license?
Yes.
Okay.
Here the license.
Yeah, it should be Robox.
Yes.
Yes, here. If you have these, you should be almost okay.
Your license.
Yes, it is December 2017, so it is one year, if I remember well, so don't worry, it means I have the license. Okay? C, Robox, Teach, license. Okay? If you have this, you are okay, no problem. Otherwise, just contact Robox to have one. Okay? So, anyway, we choose the compiler. The path is almost the same. C, Robox, RC3, and then you choose the version you have. Okay? And then here we have a lot of interesting things, but not these ones. Debug, this is something I never touch. Flash, this is something I never touch.
I have some questions. We have the compare. We have the something like OD rules. What's that? Means we can write some C++ subject and put in there and to compare it or what?
I hope so. Actually, I never used that window, so I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, if you have some of your code in C++ and you wanted to use, you may easily do this with object blocks. So maybe if you want to, I can tell you something more about them afterwards. Okay, anyway, you may take your code in C++ and make an OD of this. I have an example of this. In CMA, there is one person, I never remember the name, who had a big code in C++ for the robot control, maybe for the painter.
Yes. 他用应该什么？没随便讲。他the whole code with the SMA robots.
Yeah.
And we can see that everything in the C++ limit in the OD.
Yes, in fact.
That's right. 就像在那个西米埃现在用的那个我们的机器人上面，它把所有的程序都放到了那个 OB 模块里面，就全都用 C 连写的 C 加写的，然后放进去以后，然后集成成一个 OB 模块，然后在那个任务里面调，然后用这种方式也是可以实现一个编程，可以实现一些更复杂的或者说一些自己想做的一个东西。
Okay. So this one I don't know actually how to use it correctly. Insert a new folder after. Don't know. List of the okay. Here there is you see using the interrogative mark. Here there is something we can pass directly to compiler, some kind of things, objects, and so on. So I always prefer to store them in the project anyway. So maybe you may give OB codes in here to be given already to the compiler and not pass through the project. Anyway, I suggest to use the project. Okay? Just to use that window to test important things. Then we will, for example, see the CPU, then we will test the connection in very few time. And of course I want this one, reset messages on single operation. This is interesting. Anyway, you will always, this way you will avoid to have 100 messages in the message box here. Okay? Anytime you compile, you will have only the new messages. Imagine you had an alarm. You correct, then you make a compilation again, that alarm must go away. So, okay, this is the reason why I click this. Otherwise, you will have always the historical of all the messages. For me, it's useless. Anyway, so, here I have clicked this to have the messages here. So when we will compile, we will see what happens. Okay? And now I start again introducing you this one, the project window. As I told you before, this is the most important window in RDE. In here you have almost everything. Here we will see, we have the structure of machine, so the configuration. Here we will put axis, here we will put power set, here we will put axis group, so for the robot, for example, all is here. In the second window, program.
Wait.我们先
OK.
我们刚刚看到了这个 project 的这个窗口是我们 RDE 推送来的窗口，然后我们在这个上面可以做各种的轴配置 access 轴配置，各种轴组的配置，各种其他的一些通信的设置，其实都在这里设置，这是我们的配置方面。
Okay. So, second one is programs. Here we will write the programs for our software application. So, main task and rule to control the axis. Then file in Flash. Yes?
Okay. 在第二种窗口就是我们的工程窗口。我们在这个工程里面可以建多个任务，同时几个任务同时执行。我们可以建一个实时任务和一个非实时任务，后台任务各种任务。我们所有的任务的程序都是放在这个里面的。
Okay? Here flash files. So here we will see which files may be compiled will be sent inside the controller, in the flash memory of the controller. Because of course it is different what we have on our PC for the project for RDE and what RDE makes to be given to the controller. That files are listed here.
Okay. 就是我们在这个画面里面可以看到我们在通过这个编程软件把你写的程序、你写的配置会形成这样的一个文件的列表，它最终会把它会编译成我们的硬件能识别的一些文件，然后导进去之后，它就可以自动执行我们的程序了。所以说，我们这块是我们做编译之后的文件，相当于是全都要下载到zip卡里面，然后zip卡。
Okay. Finally, this is the debugger window. This is useful when we have already the project running on controller, and we will just enable the debugger to see which step is the program, so for example, set breakpoints, something like this, so to analyze what's happening inside the system while running. Okay?
Okay. 在这个 debug 的画面中，我们有很多很强大的功能，就跟普通的什么 VS 这种一样，我们可以在上面可以单步运行、一对一运行，也可以设站点，也可以做一些数据的监控，可以看一下当前程序运行在哪一个状态下，这样的话我们就可以对这个程序进行 debug， 找出这个程序的问题，这样的话更加方便我们来修改这个程序。
Okay. So now that we have these things, let's start from our configuration. We say here we have to create a machine. So I make right click, new, active.
点击右键，新建一个 access， 新建一个轴。
Okay. I give the name, act01.
我名字。
It is possible to have an alternative name to call it in the program, but I just copy and paste. And a little description just to say active number 1, just to say what's that. Then we will speak about the transducers, actuators, and all the related stuff. Anyway, you can see in this window we have lots of things. So, field bus will be used to connect to the field bus drawing to match which axis in our program is related to which motor on the physical machine. To know how to connect them, we have this one. So we will draw the field bus network, and we will connect the axis very soon. And then, of course, I say we will set the transducer of the motor, the stator, little parameters, or here parameters we just speak about them because we are simulating. So here there are many parameters related to the axis control. First one, of course, is the bit to unit, which actually means which is the relationship between the encoder bit of the motor and what the motor makes in the real machine. So, for example, a motor which makes a turn, which moves some kind of joint, for example, in degrees, will have, for example, 360 degrees every, I don't know the number of bits, 65.506, for example. Okay? Here I say, imagine I have 16 bits, I say, the encoder is a 16 bit, the motor makes a round of a joint, for example, joint 1 of a Robox, okay? I want to know what does it make, so the joint may move in degrees, 160, the rotation, and the bits on the encoder are these ones. Imagine that if you have some kind of mechanical, how can I say, mechanical gear shift or something like this, you have to take into account here. For example, if you mount a gear which is 1/10, I set another 0. Okay? Because I reduced the motor by 10. Okay? This is just a reasoning for mechanical one to make this.
OK， 这块有没有什么疑问呢？这块很重要，就是说这个是把我们的程序和实际的基建联系在一起。就是说，在这一块是我们的那个电机的那个分辨率。就是说，我们现在假定它是那个16位的标板器，它的16次方，就是说转一圈的话，它会给我56个脉冲，然后实际对应的我的电机是转一圈就360度。这样的话，实际上我让那个我在我的控制器里面控制的时候，就我让它走10度，然后它就会自动告诉电机它走多少个，它因为它有圈计嘛，走多少个圈，然后那个这是那个10连接的，但是如果你们有一个1:10的一个解动比的话，就相当于你电机转10圈，你实际还算一个360度，所以说你要在后面再乘一个10，把它加上10倍，这样的话就是我们一个实际的那个电机的转速和我的那个控制器的设定有这么一个对应关系，这样对应上了以后，以后就不会出错了。
Okay? The other parameters are related to the control. So if some of you is a control engineer or automation engineer will know them. Otherwise, don't touch them and ask to us. These are very important because the control loop of the motor may be done either by the driver, and it is a very good solution for all of the users, or may be done by us. If the control is given to the ruler, in some cases, we may just write and set on our own proportional gain and feed forward. Okay?
OK， 这两个参数是该怎么用的呢？这两个参数是那个，当我们把那个电机的那个位置环放到我们上位里面送，这里面有两个参数，第一个就是那个位置环的那个分异，就是我们调节那个驱动的那个位置环的时候有一个分异，第二个就是有一个位置减退，这两个参数就相当于把那个驱动器的一部分工作丢到上机里面做。然后这个应用很有意思，就是说你看这些很特殊的应用，会一些那种驱动机器人它的那个因为惯量或者说抓一些不同的东西的时候，因为你想让它更好的一些反应的话，你就可以动态的做一些那个增益的一个算法在里面。这样的话，它就提供这么一个工具给你，你就可以在这工具上做任何你想做的事情。
Okay? Then we have all the other parameters we may use. For example, this one is the static servo threshold, so which is the maximum error allowed for the motor to keep working. If this error goes bigger, becomes bigger than what we set in here, we have the servo alarm. So, when we give a position to the motor, we control with our IP, which is ideal position, we expect the motor to follow our IP. If I set the motor must go to 30, motor must go to 30. And it has some kind of dynamics in which it follows me. I give the command, the motor follows. But of course it will never be directly with me. There will always be a little error due to drives, due to delays, due to electronics, due to everything. So, this error is of course a number that must be always lower than this. For example, I set 5. This motor is controlled in degrees, as we have set here. This means that the joint controlled by this motor may have an error from the ideal position of maximum 5 degrees. Okay? So I have to set the parameters of gains, proportional gains, feed forward and so on, or to tell the person in charge of doing that to perform the task, in order to have this kind of maximum, to never go after this kind of maximum error. If it happens, it means we have problems. If we have problems, there is the alarm. Alarm number 11, you will always see this alarm, servo alarm system, and number 11. And you say, what is this? This is the answer. Okay?
Okay. 这个参数就是我们的那个叫跟踪误差的一个阀值。就当我的那个误差超过这个我设定这个值以后，它就报警。而这个时候那个单位就是我们那个之前设定的那个，我之前把它定义到底是多少度，或者说多少全米，这个是我们转化之后的一个单位。然后这个单位它因为那个这个这些误差它肯定是存在的，但是如果你设的过于小的话，它就会这个设备就会出问题，它就会那个时不时就报这个警。但是你设过大的话，你就起不到这个设备保护的一个作用。所以说那个我们就希望设一个差不多一个准确的值，然后来保护我这个设备。因为你如果说因为设备报警的话，它只会让我们整个设备停下来。报警之后肯定是出了问题，我们要找问题到底是是不是因为这个参数没调好，我们可以调一下增益，我们可以调一下这个前馈，或者说你的机械结构本来就有问题，就是那个是不是你连接地方打滑了，你该传动那么多，然后你实际没有传动那么多，也有可能是导致这样的问题。所以说它只是一个保护我们这个设备性能，或者说保护我们设备的一个说一个功能吧。但是这个东西很重要。
Okay, so this is the servo threshold, then max stroke and the min stroke. Okay. These one are just the two limits of the axis. Imagine for example a linear axis which moves from one number to the other, and I say after 64 centimeters, for example, I have a wall. So here, of course, I will set maybe 63, for example, because I never want the motor to go and crash. So I will give a limit which is a little lower. And I say the maximum stroke is 63. Minimum, okay, let's say 0, for example. Okay? This is just to prevent the motor, the axis, to go in forbidden places where it could be dangerous or where mechanics does not allow it to move.
OK， 像这个东西就是我们所谓的我们的软件外，就是说那个它在那个软件里面做了一层保护，就是说保证你的那个驱动机器人它不能走到一些地方一些姿态，它会那个有机械的碰撞，然后它可以在这个软件里面设定，就是说我从我的单头从这个地方走到那个地方最多只能走这么多，我就不能超过你，接下来你无论怎么发命令我都走不过去，这样是对它的那个一个保护。虽然说我们前面还有一层机械的保护，但是有这么一层软件的保护的话，让那个机械从制造到保护，这样会更加的安全一点。
Okay? So maximum speed, of course, is maximum speed. Maximum acceleration, of course, is maximum acceleration. And this on position threshold downward. Okay, Filters. Here you can set some filters in all the loops of control. Anyway, I suggest never to use them. It is something for very professional users, so don't worry, don't use them. Here you may set all the parameters, the omega frequency, the quality of the filters, of the second order. Don't use them. You don't need never.
someone will use it. 这个是那个我们整个环路的，你可以看到就是说我们从这个就是路径命令过来，经过那个微分之后，然后再进行一个大概是速度法之后到这边是一个那个电流法，中间我们设置了无数多个那个滤波器可以给大家使用。然后滤波器一般怎么用呢？一般会滤掉一些噪音，然后那个让我的那个机械，举个例子，它可能你设备机械有问题，在这儿会产生一个基点，然后你在这儿会产生共振，我就要把这个命令滤掉。这是第一个。第二个就是说你在那个发命令的时候太多的那个传播，就是说在很短的时间内发了又让往前走，又让往后走，又让往前走，往后走，可能会让你的机械人震动。你需要一个低空滤波把它给滤掉，或者说你本来就是要产生一个高频的一个信号，让它快速走，不要让它响应那个低频信号，你就可以做一个高空滤波把低频给滤掉，然后我们可以做任何你想做的东西。然后这是我们在上海展会上看到那个我们的也算是合作伙伴吧，那个青春同创就是做了一个振动仪制的功能，是干了很多年了，就是说它振动没仪制之前。它那个用一个那个直线电机啊，就那个这么来回走，然后那个如果你没有振动仪制的话，那个水会涨得很厉害。它你做了一个振动仪制的话，它的水是平的，就是无论你怎么走，它的振动就很小。它这个就是通过那个滤波的方式来实现。具体怎么实现，大家可以回去查一下资料。但是这个滤波器是很重要也很好用的一个功能。
Okay, then here we have alarm, in which I suggest to enable the sum, which is the servo alarm, the one we set before thanks to this parameter, okay? So, if the difference between the ideal position and the real position is bigger than the maximum value, we have the alarm. It is given by this. Then, the crash alarm. Here we set it only after 0 cycle. This is alarm if axis goes after the strokes. After the values we set here, let me set big values just to be sure. Okay, just it is an example. If axis goes over the limits, here we have the alarm. But now the question is, it could be always or only after 0 cycle, and I always suggest you to choose this, after 0 cycle only, because before 0 cycle the value you read is not true. Before 0 cycle the transducer gives you what it wants, because there is no 0, it doesn't know where it is. So this is why it always has first to perform the 0 cycle, then it knows its position, and so it is allowed to give the cam alarm if we force it to go beyond the limit.
That's one to change that. When the alarm is happened, then we stop the machine. That's give us the alarm.
It should stop actually. Cam, of course, this one is not allowed. So it should be a stop of machine anyway.
Stop of machine.
To prevent errors. Okay. Then definition.
那个我们在这里面会有一些关于那个报警的设定，就是说那个在我们上线或者说在我们那个没有上使用之前，然后碰到一个很奇葩的现象，就是说我的命令位置和我的那个实际反馈位置中间或者超过我的那个误差范围的话，我们会报警会让我的那个设备停下来，这是第一个。第二个就是 我们要允许我们的那个刚才看到的，我们会设一个软限位。如果说超过这个软限位的话，我们就希望如果设定这个的话，就会让这个设备停下来。当然，我们尽量就是希望它在回原令以后，跟回原令以前你的那个是追源器是没有确定追源器的，所以说你也不知道你是否过了你的限位，所以说所有的限位都是基于我自己的原领追源器之后建立了之后才会有一个机械范围，所以说那个最好选择这个回原令以后 after zero cycle 的意思就是说后面的回原的回零点的那个意思。
Okay. Then finally we have definition. Here we can set some kind of definition proper of the axis. Actually, you will not use them except for maybe one example I can give you. When we have to follow a master, which could be an encoder. If you are simulating and you do not have the encoder, how could you make the master? Answer. You make an axis, virtual axis, which performs the master task. You will program it, and you will put here some definition. If you have that axis and that label, and so the label that you define here, for example, R3 literal, and I say label virtual master, okay, value 1, comment it is virtual master control. In this way, I set this literal, which is just that I can use in the program determine if it is present or not. If so, I will make write some kind of program. But anyway, this is just an example. Usually, you will not use this definition. Okay?
Define the variable or just a label or something variable. Okay. That means I can get the content in the how to say?
In the program?
In program. Divided by it.
You mean wait? If I set maybe, for example, in here I have defined that variable R3 literally, and I set value 1.
Yes.
Actually, it's better to make this, sorry, just maybe symbol, yeah. And I say, for example, master virt, and this is virtual master. Thanks to this, I have just a symbol, so not a variable. Okay? This symbol, master virt, is a word that I can use in programming. If I take Notepad++, for example, I can go somewhere and say, okay, for example, if defined, how did I write, virt master, maybe, and I will do things. Okay, so, this one should be, okay, in this way, I will make these things only if I have that axis enabled. If you disable the axis, you disable the literal, of course, it will never happen. If you engage the axis, you have that literal defined. When the program comes here, says, is it defined? Yes, so it will perform this one. I repeat, there is a virtual master used in this way in some of the predefined samples of RDE. So, as always, all the...
Just some balance.
Yes, when we debug, of course, this is very useful for debug to have the virtual master.
OK， 这个东西其实就是一个注释的东西，当然它有一些其他用途，比如说刚才在这儿进行一个 label， 进行一个这么一个比如说它的 label text 的 label。
Instant.
我们给它输入的一个这个数字串改变一个名字，然后在我们的程序中可以看到，就是说我在这里就是如果说对 C 很熟的话，就是说如果我这个东西等于1的话，我就执行下一个程序；如果不等于1的话，我执行另外一个程序。就在我们的debug的时候，或者说在做一些功能验证的时候会很有效。它的用法就是说我可以通过那个真正操作它，可以 enable 它，就可以不 enable 它，这样的话我就可以那个很方便的来在那个运行程序中选择我想运行这一段代码，这样的话会很方便。
Okay, so let me take out this stuff without. Okay, so let's take this out. I have set what I want. So actually almost just little parameters, the Alan. Okay, what you will always do for an active is name, alternative name, maybe there's some description, then feedback that we will make so soon, transducer and actuator we will make so soon, parameters, useful, allowed. This is what I suggested to set. Okay? I confirm, and here I have my axis. Then, of course, since this morning we have no motors, this axis is not real, is simulated, okay? To make this, you may do shift space. Okay, you see that now the axis is white, the axis icon. If I make a shift space, it goes gray again. Gray real, white emulated. If you do not like this, or your version is older, because keep in mind the version of RDE. RDE version 352.3, I have got that very fine issue. I asked myself to the RDE creator, so I'm very proud of this. But if you don't, you may go here and select this. Okay? Emulated. I want the axis to be emulated because this morning we have no motors to the controller. So the axis will not look to be connected to feedback, to the motor, to the drive, and so on. It is just an emulation. Okay? Good. After that, you will find it very easy to make the other axis if they are the same. Control C, Control V, guys. Very, very easy. So we make axis number 2, alternative name number 2, comment number 2, of course emulated, axis ID, of course number 2, okay? Feedback we will set, transducer we will set, actuator we will set, parameters, filters, allowance. No, let me make something cleverer. I destroy these. I go back to axis number 1 and I make the transducer. So, let's give some more details about the machine. We set this morning 3 motors as Robox IMD, that you know are our very nice drives, and I set them in Ethercat. So, anyone would speak about CAN, Profibus or something like this, but I don't care about paleontology, so I use Ethercat, Robox IMD20, okay, you choose these, Robox IMD20, here, drive type,
okay, this is must be very, very clear.
Yeah, now,
然后我们在这里选择这个配置的时候，这个东西很重要，就是说第一个我们现在选择什么样的方式和下面进行通讯。我们现在主流的是2种方式，第一种就是Ethercat，我们采用了一般是像通用都是Ethercat COE 这种方式，而COE我们用的比较少。第二种就是我们可以使用 Open， 然后其实他们全是用 Open 协议，只不过他们的一些通讯协议通讯的物理成分其他东西不一样而已。我们现在选择COE。选择了以后呢，我们在这里可以选择。当然，我们这是我们这个时候回您的index 的值后面再讲。然后我们现在继续往下讲，就是说，首先我们来看一下我们现在选择电池的类型。举例子啊，就是说我们可以选择我们 Robox 自己的IBM 20的这个驱动器，也可以选一个什么帕克啊，可以选一个其他的那个标准的电机啊，C4啊，西门子啊之类的。如果说没有的话，我们选一个一般，这样都是可以的。选择电机的话，它都是会有一些特殊功能在里面的。比如说帕克的电机，我们会跟它里面做了一些特殊的那个，可以读它一些特殊的一些代码，这样的话方便我们进行控制。我们可以选择它。
Okay, if you see in the drive type, we have a lot of choices available. We have a lot of Parker, we have phase motors here, you see. We have, of course, the Robox to choose. We have dynamics, a lot of interesting things. If you have others, just put generic. But the ones which have already been used very many times are already saved here. So you just select the axis is able to make all the configuration on his own. No problem. Transducer type. Here, for example, we set semi-absolute. We set data size, I touch nothing, okay? And I enable this one. Enable transducer alarm, sum. This means that if we take out the cable of the transducer of the motor, we will have an alarm, just this. It is an alarm mainly that happens at the first boot when you have errors in wiring, when the electrical man has made mistakes, and you find that the transducer is not connected correctly to the system, to the controller, and so we will have that alarm. So you will very soon have a diagnostic of the fact that something in electrical wiring is maybe not good, or maybe not good in the configuration of the software, okay, of the feedback. Anyway, this is the idea of configuration. For the actuator, we make almost the same. Actuator is ethercut, correct? Okay? And we set, okay, position reference, drive, which we already know it is Robox and nothing more. I just set the reference, which may be of three types. Speed, you see, torque, and position. I use position because I in the Robox have got position. But this is the one related to your specific task every time.
OK， 像刚才我们设定的是我们如何那个从驱动器端把那个数据读上来，现在是我们设定如何把我们的控制命令往外发，当然那个输入发正好是一样的，同样的我们选择那个 Internet COE， 然后呢我们再选择那个驱动器类型，大家肯定是要跟之前是一样的，然后呢我们这里会有3种模式可以给大家选择，就是我们的那个位置环、速度环、位置模式、速度环和力矩模式。当然，如果选力矩模式的话，就相当于把那个位置环和速度环全都做到驱动器里面来做。然后选择那个位置模式的话，就相当于驱动器的任何运动，任何控制都是驱动器自己做。然后那个控制器只做单位的那个运动控制，就是选择这个位置环。我们一般都是选择位置环。然后只不过是有一些特殊的情况，就是那个举个例子，就是说我们的机器人里面会有一些防碰撞。我们就会把一个我们会做位置环和力矩环的一个切换。我觉得这个可以读取这个我说错了，就是这个力矩环是有一个特殊的应用，就是在喷涂里面，我把它选择在力矩环的时候，这个时候虽然那个上水了，我把这个报表打开了，但是我可以举着我的那个机器人，那机器人确实不重了，不是那么重的情况下，我就可以把它举着进行一些虚拟资料。就是这么一个类似的功能，当然会有其他的用法。但我们现在主要用的是一个位置环的一个控制模式。
Okay, so here we have set transducer, actuator, parameters, balance, and this is almost complete. I copy, I paste, as I said before, and we make axis 2, axis 2, axis number 2, ID Robox number 2, feedback. Afterwards, transducer and actuator are the same. I want 3 very fine looking Robox IND20, same alarms, same everything. You make the motor good once, you just copy and paste, and we make number 2 and number 3 today This part is very, very, very easy. Nothing. Very good. Okay? Is it clear, this part? Just copy and paste, I hope.
I guess we can set up the program with the robot, so we will fix that.
Oh yes, if you have a robot, actually axes are fixed. So you will keep making Ctrl C and Ctrl V up to get to 6 axes to have, for example, the ER20 robot of Apple. Okay? So you keep going onward, you have the robot, and then we will test very soon the power test to have all the axes, to control all the axes. Okay? So, what I wanted to do first is the field bus. If we have asset cut already enabled, the system is very clever. So, I make file, new file, okay? And I choose to make a new file. What the hell is this? So, wait, that system is very good, but not enough to understand. I want the folder. I want RDE. What else is today? This one, yes, I hope so. Let me check. Yes, that's 0. Okay, and here I want a file .sbc. Feedback configuration file. I call it ATH1. Okay? This is my SFS file. I create it. And I have this very fine looking screen.
Okay. 就是我们现在在做的就是我们进行我们的总线配置。我们现在主要用的是1.3的总线。我们怎么来进行总线配置？就像刚才所看到的，就是说我们新建一个工程。把它取了名字之后，选择 PC 这个类型的话，其实自然而然就到这个环境下了。我们在这环境下可以进行我们的1.3的那个总线配置。
Okay, here we have the controller, and this morning we test. We have robot, servo drive, EMD20. Okay, you see, I take one, I bring it here, and then we get inside. Here there is a lot of stuff. First is to have a clever name, short is better. Then we see address is 1001, okay. Then slot. Here we may get a lot of interesting stuff. We can say, for example, there is the control. Now I have to remember what the hell it is. SG motion, okay. This is, for example, CSE1, which means position control, okay? And we have this one. We have control word and position reference given to the drive, and the status word and actual position turning from the drive to the controller. This is the way we control it. We may choose which one to have according to the drive you have, to the specifications, to what the customer needs, and so on and so on. You see, we have a lot of possibilities of position control, of speed control, torque control, so we have a lot of possibilities. Today, we just don't care about this, and I hope you will almost never do this. So, anyway, if you choose one drive, many can't leave the default configurations, because if the producer has got them, there would be some good reason. Anyway, if you need to change for your application, this is the way you have to do. Okay?
Okay. 解释一下，就是说我们首先会寻找一个我们自己的目标的一个驱动器。像刚才我们选择的是 Robox IMD20的这个驱动器，选择打开以后呢，就是我们可以直接这样拖过来它是不是连上？连上以后呢，当然这个名字太长了，我们要选择一个我们自己觉得好的简单的名字，把它删掉。当然不删掉也无所谓。 选这样一个名字，看了之后呢，这个时候我们就需要对那个开发者协议有一定的了解。我们可以看啊，就是说，首先你必须要通过SDO、PDO、SDO， 就是说通过 SDO， 就是说我一上线的时候会给驱动器开个命令，然后让驱动器工作在什么样的命令下，然后经常我们一般控驱动器就是有2种模式啊，第一种叫 CSP 叫同步周期模式，另外一种叫OPEP the model, the CSP and the OP, the difference together. CSP 的话就是说是那个，因为我们举例子，我们现在对4毫秒和那个驱动器进行一次通讯，但是那个4毫秒给驱动器发一个命令的话，其实那个驱动器这样的命令很慢，就是说它只执行你这一个命令的话，中间会有一些很多的那个误差，所以说就相当于把那个4毫秒以内的那个差值是丢到那个驱动器上，驱动器自己完成了，我只是保证你每4毫秒执行我想让你走的位置就可以了，但具体怎么走，你具体4毫秒内怎么走，你那个驱动器决定。另外一种就是我们的 IP 模式，就是说我虽然是4毫秒给你发一个命令，但是我一次性给你发很多数据，你必须按照我这个很多数据这样往下走，这样的话就相当于那个金叉模式丢到那个上位机里面做的，这样的话上位机对你的那个运动控制或者说对你的那个多轴联动会更加的精确一点，这就是我们需要明确其中区别的点。然后现在轻车轴上可能基本上都用的是 CSP 模式，就是他把他的那个金叉补丢到驱动器里面完成。
Okay. So here we set we take the position control loop. Here we have data exchanged with the controller. Then here we have startup commands that we never touch, absolutely never. This is just to see the cycle, and again we never touch, we never touch. Here we have finally a resume of what we have done. We have a status word, positional value from the motor to the controller, and we give down from the controller to the motor the control word and the target position. This is what we want, this is what we have. Okay, we are happy of this. Apply, confirm, this one. I test it out of my site, everything was okay, the same. You see, we never have to go to modify that part. We are very happy of what the system is making. Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V, which is always a good stand, not always, but this time yes. Slot, always the same, nothing. Just connection, and we are happy. You see, we have 3 motors, 1 controller, then I am very terrible person, I want things to be very well drawn. Okay, you see? Now I make this bigger, and we have data cut of our controller, ATH1. We will set the data cut on this, so of course we will never communicate from PC to controller with ATH1, because it is the Ethernet. We will set Ethernet on ATH2 to communicate, okay? But we will do this very soon. Okay? Yeah.
是正如大家看到的，就是我们这个连线的话，就是实际是我们的控制器到驱动器1、驱动器2、驱动器3，一定要对应上实际的你的驱动器连接。比如说举例子啊，你这里比如说连接驱动器1、2、3，你实际中会把线接错的话，他不知道，他只会按照我的那个连接线的顺序，一步一步，就是说每个 out 对应一个 in， 一个 out 对应一个 in， 把它对应好。所以说，首先第一点就要确认这个线没有纠错，因为以前会碰到这样的问题。第二个就是说我们在使用这个 PDO 的时候，就是说经常会补一些其他的参数，比如说举例子，就是说 我想把那个它的那个根据误差补上来，想把那个驱动器的一些特殊功能补上来，我们就需要通过那个SDO 的那个这个功能往里面去加我们想要的东西，就是那个这个时候就是一些特殊运用，就是说我们这个 PDO 是可以编辑的，可以把自己想要的数据从这个驱动器上补上来，然后大概我想说就是这么多。
Okay? Yes, so maybe I hope that said something about the video you may have here. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we can edit something more, set something new, some other data we can exchange from the controller to the drive. Anyway, this is always something more professional. I don't introduce it. So I save the network we have made. I'm very happy. Then I go here, Ethercat, and on Ethercat 1, I choose double click configuration file, and here is our one. I just select, I make description, ATH1 of system, 3 axis, 3 and D, 20, just a comment, just nothing useful. I confirm, and here we have the network. So, if I click here, I can open again this. And now it's linked to the project. Okay? Very good.
刚才那个通过那个它的master 操作，我们把这个我们刚刚生成的这个文件 link 到我们的那个系统里面。通过系统里面的话，我们可以和我的那个手上和我的那个实际的那个设备手电起来。当然，我们下一步就是进行那个左右对应。
Okay? Now we go down and we see all the other pieces of this window. First, DF1, communication DF1, we do not use. But if you do, go here and enable what you need, set your files, something like this. Not now. General. Here we have many important things. We have, okay, transducer ready waiting time, 60 seconds. This is because many motors have got due time to be enabled. The drive is slow to switch on. So many times the controller switches on faster, doesn't see the drive ready, and says and gives the thumb alarm. You remember? The one we have just seen here. The thumb alarm says, I have no motors, I have no transducer. Alarm. Instead we say, no, it's not a problem, it's not an error. You just need to wait because the drives are slow to be switched on. So, according to the machine, according to the system, you may have a bigger time. Mainly 1 minute, which is set as default, is good, for example, for Siemens motors. They are very nice, very performing, but very slow to be switched on. Many times having 1 minute of time to wait is very good to enable a good communication from the controller to the motor and vice versa.
OK, 这个是一个我认为比较奇葩的一个设定，就是说为了保护那个，因为如果我一上电的时候，我的驱动器读不到我的那个我的控制器读不到驱动器，我就会报警，所以说可能需要重启才能解决这个问题。所以说他在这里设定了有一个60毫秒的一个延时，实际上是自己设定的60秒的延时，就1分钟。会等待。举个例子，因为我们以前和西门子进行一个配合的时候，它那个西门子的那个控制器会将近要等1分钟左右才起来，所以说我们会设定一个，就是说我的系统上电以后要过60秒，就是1分钟，然后再启动这个系统，然后再去跟驱动器连，再去做其他的东西，这就是一个保护的一个东西。当然现在的驱动器上电的时间很短，所以说这块尽量可以不用，可以把它设为0或者取消。We never use it.
Of course, yeah. Now, since we have just simulation, we take it out. Anyway, for real machine, take this enabled. Okay? Then, here you have a system frequency. Very nice. You can set the value you want. I want 260 Hz. Okay? So my sample interval will be how much, guys? if the frequency is 250 Hz, how much is the sample interval, the timer?
我们现在设的是那个250赫兹，那个它的新闻周期是多少？有谁知道？
So, time is calculated as the reverse of the frequency. If the frequency is 250 Hz, time is 1/250, which means 4 milliseconds. This is the way you can set the sample interval for each rule sample. Okay, the program rule, which is the control of the axis, will be engaged every sample interval, which is the listen times light, which is the reverse of this frequency. It is very important to set this not too low, because of course you have a bad control, not too high, because otherwise it's not enough for the rule to execute. Okay? So, for the controller we use today, which is the very nice RP1 I show here for the video to be recorded, and here for all of you, the CPU is G2 type, and so it is a good frequency to have almost 200 or 250 like today. Okay? So, set this wisely. Anyway, quite sure the default system frequency is 200. Okay? If you don't select, quite sure it is 200.
No.
No?
It belongs to them.
It belongs, yeah, of course, it will be set also by this. So 200, great, 250.
Okay,
So,
I will translate.
yeah.
就是说那个我们在这里说设一个横周期，这个横周期的话，那个我们默认是5毫秒，就是说1毫秒内我会给他发250，就像我们设250的话，就1秒内我会给他发250次这个命令发下去，然后一发一说它是那个选上翁了嘛，发的同时我也会收上来，就是相当于每4个毫秒进行一次那个数据的那个传递。如果说你把它设太长的话，我觉得控制效果就不太好，因为比如说我10个毫秒发一次命令跟4毫秒发一次命令是不一样的。当然是越短越好，但是我们这个驱动器，类似我们这RT1，现在我们的那个引擎是有限制的。How much the frequency of RT1 is 400 MB? How to say that?
The frequency of
RT1,
I usually set the system frequency of
the total of hardware.
I don't know.
反正就是我们家RT1呢，这个运算能力有限，但是基本上我们说4号码是绝对够用。现在无论是在几个轴里面，最多有3个后来轴，最多是在10个轴。包括我们上次在那个展会上用12个轴，用低声下的，就4毫秒都是足够的。Okay.
Then here we have the language. Today it's absolutely useless. I set a neutral language, or you may set some of them. To have the system alarm printing you the main alarms already in the language we choose. It is more useful when we have also the HMI, the Robox HMI, that will be topic of the very next lesson I will do after holidays, so book yourself one place for that. And but today no use, we set neutral, which is English, of course. If you set your own, you will make your own alarms that you can, and you can write different files for the explanation in all the languages. Italian, English, Chinese, and something like this. Anyway, system alarms already have got this, and you can choose thanks to this one. Neutral is okay, English, no worries. Storage is the storage of registers set by the controller. Never touch this unless you are making something very specific. This one we don't touch. Alarm, everything automatic. User file. Here there are the interesting files for the the system alarm, for example. You set here the user alarm file, you may choose, and the system, let's see if there is actually no, it's not. In here you may set the system alarm definition. Anyway, don't worry, you still have them as always in the firmware documentation. Here RDE, of course it's not possible to see this. Anyway, there are, no worries. Then ladder, we are not working on paleontology, so no use of ladder. But if you want to have a ladder program and you want to activate some output, and you do not want to use a cascade, I don't know why, you may use a ladder network and you may enable this. And so you will have a ladder program available with your cascade also. This way you can do some kind of ladder network programming.
OK， 我们特地讲一下这个，我们声音器是有这个PLC 功能的，就打开以后我们就可以用 PLC。怎么用呢？我们在这里会新建一个，在
哪个？
按选择一个这样的名字，随便写个名字 ，OK， 然后我们就会有一个基本的那个听值的这个执行。这样的话，可能如果对 PLC 很熟的话，我就可以进行一些简单的一个进行一个简单的那个 PLC 的编程。然后编程以后，它那个 PLC 举例子啊，我们在这里选一个，我们可以链接到我们自己的那个。我们可以用到我们自己的那个程序的那个变量，可以做一些简单的 PLC 控制，或者说有时候客户需要做扩展，或者说做一些这种功能的话，可以让他们或者帮他们做这种类似的功能，因为拼图这个逻辑图比较简单一点。
Okay? So, here you have ladder, here you have this panel, don't worry. Diagnostics always is engaged, they are useful to know when system is power on and power off. Size of report, okay, all as default. We don't touch, we have made everything, we are happy. I take out this one, I confirm. Okay? Global variable. This is again more related to the things of Ethercast. So if you have some kind of input-output related to something like backup elements, IO, digital IO, you may store them in this. For example, I make a new variable, I say hello, and I look. For example, in the Ethercast, I say I want the status word of the device. The device state. So now hello, I say dev status, and this is device status. Okay? I have this one, this is a variable defined as global of all the system and related to that source. We will read that source and use this, for example, to read, now there was a very fun explanation, you see. We will have, for example, the possibility to have this variable. Actually, when speaking about controller, what I will do very soon, we have the actual line modules for input-output, and they directly communicate with controller, and we will have no need to do this kind of very heavy and not friendly construction. Instead, we have something very clever, very smart, very fast, which is directly the possibility to map input words and match them with the I/O modules of actual line. Very fast, very automatic, very friendly, very good. But for backup, for something like this, or the other I/O external, for example, you may need to match them with internal variables of the system in this way. Okay? So I confirm this.
I will translate it. Many people want to know it. 就是说，这是我们大家之前那个比较提到的很多问题，就是说怎么去往我们的控制器里面去添加一些外部的 I/O， 或者说添加一些外部的东西。像这里面可以看到，在那 Global Variable 里面，我们可以通过添加那个 添加那个举个例子，我们这个 I/O 是个1000的 I/O 的话，我们可以通过那个当然这期间我们需要把那个1000的那个组合器先把它放到那个我们的那个组件配置里面，然后我们就可以从组件配置里面很方便的把那个我需要读取的那个，譬如说数字量、模拟量，我就可以直接关联到我的那个实际的参数里面去。这样的话，我就可以实时的，因为我们这个相当于 TDO 的这个读取，相当于每4个毫秒，或者是自己设定的几个毫秒内，就进行一个数据的交互，可以把那个数据读上来。这样的话，我就相当于我是把那个外部的 I/O 的那个信号取过来，放到我的系统里面，然后我可以进行运算，可以进行那个回拧啊，或者进行一些操作，是这样的。当然这是一个比较不方便的办法。我们回头会介绍一些我们自己的那个我电源组件的一些 I/O， 会一些更简单，就不用通过这种方式，就直接把它定义到我们自己内部的计算器里面，这样的话就不用那个这样操作了。OK， 有没有什么问题就在这一块？有没有之前或者碰到什么疑问的？你这样可以提出来解决一下。
Okay, so for example here, just little modification. I have a 32-bit integer register. Now I want an input word, and I say, okay, let me set input word 300. And I say, okay, this is the best way to connect the input coming from some elements, maybe in the field bus, to our input word. Okay? For example, if I go again here in the field bus, I can say, for example, here we have the bake-off, for example, the input module. Okay, I take, yeah, very interesting, one of them. I connect this in some way. I don't. Okay, maybe not the same. Get out of my sight. Okay. Anyway, if I have some kind of, do you want to say no? Then I can just use global variables to match. This is just what I want to use. Then hardware. Or better, this is the last. First, RDE, this is just a size of point library, never touch. If in network, this is useful. How to connect to the controller? We said, enable IP network configuration, yes. Enable this tool, very nice, yes. ATH1, no enable, because on ATH1 we have this. Of course, since there is already the Ethercat, we do not connect to the network to the PC. ATH2, very nice. Enable IP control, I set, for example, the address 192.168.3 for one number. Then here I say 255.00. Okay? Just one address to connect to the ATH2. Okay? ATH3 is not even available on this controller, no worries. And then the final part is hardware. Hardware is how we choose the controller we have today. So, let me introduce to you, for the new ones, the RT1, which is of course selectable here. Okay, Robox RT1, here we have all the possibilities. We choose this. I have the PDF to be recorded, to be seen, very nice. You see, this very little and friendly white box is our controller. Okay? You see, it has got the 7-segment display here to print alarms. It has got L7 and L8 LEDs to enable some kind of diagnostic, and they will blink for all the very funny alarms that will happen. The two ATH doors, you see, ATH1, which we should connect the motors, but today we don't have, a cage 2 in which we connect the cable to communicate. So what I do suddenly, right now, otherwise I will make it wrong afterwards. Okay? We set in RDE that we want to communicate with ATH2, so here. Okay? Good, this one. Then we have all the other interesting stuff. So we have serial port, serial 2, encoder, as we said before, to read an encoder directly on the controller, channel 1, channel number 2, proxy.gp. Then we have some input, some output already inside the controller. Very friendly if you have something that few input-output you may just connect here. Very nice, very good. And some little LEDs also to have diagnostic, if input-output are really enabled. Okay? Very good. This controller, RT1, gives his name to RT, which are Robox and Phoenix. So Phoenix Concept, the German company, which has helped us to make this very nice controller, and it is able to communicate with all the actual line modules. They are your actual line modules. So what I suggest here is to go here in the actual line modules. You may add them here, and you may choose everything. You see a lot of interesting things. Safety modules, then we have, for example, 8Q8 digital I/O modules. We also have something more. 16 plus 16 channel digital I/O board. Very nice, so many I/O. We have analog, we have counters, we have analog output modules, encoder reading modules, serial modules, so much. So according to the application, we will be very happy to provide you all the hardware you need to make everything, okay? And they are compatible thanks to the rear part of the controller. You see, maybe the drawing doesn't have, but who cares? There should be also, the rear part is, okay, who cares about this? In the rear part you have the actual line bus, okay, this one. In here you connect with the actual bus to connect all the other modules. Very easy, you will find it while practical test sometime, somewhere. It is very simple. Just what we need to do here is, today we have no CAN, so not used. This one is not used. This is LED, get out of my sight. Transducer 1, automatic, and so on. Just I confirm this. Okay? Very easy configuration. And here we save RP1. Okay? Just one last thing of configuration is connection. I make a new, I make either here but I prefer this, object, I set connection, TCP/IP, I call it with my initials, this is connection, or double N maybe, connection, I set this one, automatic recognition, yes, I confirm, and here we have the connection. What we need to do is here to switch the settings, okay, and to enable this. Now, system is able from here to here to communicate. CPU type is G2, the type of computer of RP1. If you have the old style micro RMC cube, it is P2020. Instead, if you have the new very funny RP2, it is an ARM Cortex-A9. Today, RP1, D2. Firmware, yeah, automatic is good, but our new one is RP34 and X and so on and so on. Okay? I confirm, I have the connection. Then of course I start saving everything that I never tried. Computers. Almost clear the start. Then two things we need to see. First, very easy. We have to set the exercise here, but we never told the axis how to connect with the motor. Because who says that axis 1 is motor 1? Up to now, no one. Now we do. Axis 1, feedback. Associate the axis to a remote device. Yes. I have the Robox ID station 1, happiness for me, and I choose the device. This way I can do the order I want. If I want axis 1 to be motor number 3, I select motor number 3. But I am a very good person and I make order. So axis 1 is motor 1. Status word is motor 1. Status word, I just connect. Control word is motor 1, control. Very, very, very easy. Okay? If I want to give something more, they should be done also automatically, but I want to make current position is position actual value, and the position reference I give is target position. This way I have matched my axis in the project to the motor in the feedback. And I have also matched all the control and status variables. Okay? This way we make the same for axis 2, feedback, associate, Robox registration 2, device number 2, and happiness, status word, control word, current position actual value, position reference is target position. Okay guys, very, very, very easy. I go to axis number 3, I select axis number 3. Now, for example, see that here I have connected them, so 1 and 2, 3 not yet. Now I say, okay, associate, number 3, device, exercise, number 3. You see, yellow one already connected, white one still to be connected. Top graphics is good enough, okay, on the projector is not, but first two are yellow, third is still white. Choose the white, say, okay, now I want to be. If I go in the odd ones and I look at their parameters, they are yellow, already engaged. Axis 3 instead is very, very not used. Yellow, white. So I say, axis 3, status value, status word. Nice. Axis 3, control word. This is very helpful not to overlap things. What is that? Current position. So this one, and the reference is target position. Okay? This way, I hope it's very easy, just graphical match axis to the feedback axis.
OK， 我懂了。
Yes.
有没有在这块有没有问题？就是说我们把那个实际的那个电机的那个参数和就是我们的 CPU， 就是说我的控制状态制，位置命令和位置反馈和我设定的那个图上连接到一起没有什么问题。就是说我通过那个主线，就是通过寻找的方式，可以通过这些链接的主线，然后把那个图上的一些东西，一些那个参数这样连接上去，选择我想要的，就对应的就是说状态制我对状态制，控制制我对控制制，然后把我的那个实际的位置反馈和位置命令这样对应起来的话，我们可以给那个电机给那个驱动器发命令了。然后中间里面还有一个很好玩的一个很好玩的地方，就是说我在这里选的时候，就是说我选中的时候，这里是我没选中的，是绿色，我选中是红色，可能看不清楚啊，这个都是红色，但实际上就是说我已经链接上的这个叫什么 object， 它是一个红色状态，没链接它是一个绿色状态，可能不太清楚，这是一个小窍门，方便大家可以更加方便的那个使用它。
Io vedo one of the sure.
Okay.
Okay? So, for example, if I make it wrong in the text box 3, you think yellow. It means pay attention, you already used it. So I say, no, okay, number 2, okay, it's white. Okay? This is helpful. Look at the screen. Okay, guys? This is helpful. Then, of course, the numbers, then, of course, when we will try to generate all, we will have errors. Now, for the configuration, we have the axis, we have controller, we have communication, we have many interesting things. We just need to determine power control. This is the last and almost the most important topic, because the way we have to control power is sent to an object we call a power sector. Okay? To control the power sector, we also have a graphical panel. Right click here, new, object, I go on tools, I go on graphical panel, we have monitor power sector. Okay? I call it power sector panel, for example. This is the power panel. Power sector. Okay? I would really like you to see this panel and to understand as much as possible. Okay, this is very, very, very important. This is the structure of power set. And these are all the interesting things you may use to debug. Okay? Power set has got that structure. Has got 3 enablers. First one is power allowed. This is a keyword of the code. In the code we will write power allowed equal to true. And okay, and power will be given. If we write power allowed equal to false or 0, of course, we will daily system to have power. This is one key of the control. Mainly for all the power sets. You may have 100 power sets. Power allowed is just one main power, okay? You take out these, you have no power. You put these, you enable all the ones, except for this one. Then we have EBA. EBA means enable by an alarm. So, if the power is enabled by the alarms. So, if the alarms present are no one, or just messages, just communication, just warning, okay? Imagine, for example, we have a machine, a milling machine, and we have, at a certain point, we work and we have a certain alarm, which says, oil level is low. You say, it's just a warning, I don't care, I know I need to refill, but I can say I don't care and I want to start working anyway. It's only a warning, not a terrible alarm. It allows me to have power. Okay? If instead I have a terrible alarm, like servo alarm, okay? Remember the servo alarm, the sum. If I have this one, it's terrible. I'm controlling the motor to go somewhere and the motor is not doing so. This is terrible alarm, EBA becomes wrong. Okay? So bad alarms will make this bit to go to 0, to fall down, to take out the power. Okay? When we have an alarm, the operating system, the RDE, will take out that bit, which is in the cascade of the enable of the system. Okay? This means that to have power, we must have all the 3 ones green enabled. If at least one is not okay, power is not present. This is very important. This is the text. So, main keyword, enabled by alarms, power enabled. This is a command we give in the code. Okay, in the software application, we will have PS power set. It's written here. The suggestion is in Italian. I'm not sure the
Then I want to change.
we will, yes, make the panel, the English and Chinese panel, of course. So, the command PS power set is something you write in the code when you want. It's up to you to say, now I want to enable the power set number 13. Now I want to disable power set number 7. Okay? You choose when you want to enable or disable the power set. This is up to you, your control of the power. Okay? And it is one by one, as I said. You say PS power set number 1 true, number 2 false. This means I want number 1 to be enabled, number 2 to have no power. If a certain power set has got these 3 ones, is allowed to have power. Okay? It doesn't mean it has power. It is allowed to act. So, you have the request. Mainly a switch, mainly a button, mainly a register, mainly an input. You have something to request the power to the power set. When you do this, and you are allowed by this cascade of 3 bits, system gives the output power for a certain time. After that time, system will look at feedback. Okay? This is the feedback coming back from the network. Maybe inputs, maybe test inputs, maybe motors. So the driver will give us some feedback. If we have all the feedback, this one is green, power is okay, and we give electricity to our system. And everything is good. If feedback is not present, power is took out. Okay? So, this is what we have. Then we have some very nice masks. You see, the enabled feedback ones, the channel enabled we have, the real channel enabled we have set. If some channels have got a fault, the status of the feedback, and some bits of the PS status, because the power set is also a structure in the system, in the program. We can speak with the power set. We can communicate because it's a structure, okay, on which you know more in here, of course, RDE. You go and see somewhere there is the power set. What the hell, I do not find it. Power handling, yeah. We have all the interesting things of power set, and we have here there are all the things, okay, of the how to set, how to handle. All the things are listed here, okay. So you may read this manual, which is available in English and Chinese, so you have no excuses not to know this, and you will learn what the various bits are used for. Then in programming, you will see the lesson, or maybe the videos. There are some ways to control the power set and to have interesting information, mainly if power is present or if something bad is happening. Then, last thing of power set handling is when power is working, when it is enabled, and something bad happens. Maybe to alarms here, maybe to feedback here. Power set will not directly take out power. We have a certain time in which power is still present, but it will give us the warning that it is counting backwards. Power set has got 2 timers, one for alarm, one for feedback. We will set them right now. When an alarm, for example, arrives, a bad alarm, the counter starts going down like a bomb, okay? When it goes to 0, power is cut. No more power, no more electricity. During that time, we must perform the fast stop. So a safety stop all the motors before power is cut. I know that there happened some kind of problem with the airport robot, that you had some robot in which you press the emergency button and the robot was making down with very bad inertia. Why? Because you had no safety, you had no power set. You were not using that feature. You have to have a controlled power call. You give that to power set. The power set knows that when you press alarm, the robot makes the stop, then power goes down. The motor is already stopped, and robot makes this stop. Otherwise, makes this, and it is bad for the lights, for the brakes, for the motor, for kinematics, and for safety of people and machines too. So keep in mind this is very, very important. When feedback or alarm happens, they have the counter of alarm or the counter of feedback. That counter will start counting down, and when it is zero, no power. Okay? This is the structure. Now we create the power set, because this panel is for diagnostics, for us to debug. To create the power set, we make it here. Right click, new, power set. Okay? Very nice, red and yellow. Okay? Power set name, this is power 1. I'm very happy, alternative name. I still call it power 1. And this is power off. Axis 1, 2, and 3. Okay, today I only want this. I only want all the axes to have one power set. The handling of power set is up to you. You may use one power set per axis, one power set for all the machine, dividing in many ways, okay? But mainly you are clever if you make the power set with respect to the electronic connections. If you have one main power to one robot, the 6 axes of the robot will have of course one power set. Then if you put a second robot with different power, you will have a second power set. If the two robots work with a machine, and that machine has got different electronics, it will be a third power set. Okay, so be clever when you create the power set. If you do them in a wise way, you will have a very easy job for programming and for all the parts of the safety and the handling of power. Very, very easy. If you make this wrong, you will have problems. For example, I wanted to give power to one axis, but I can't because the other one is not. You have to stick to the power set. You didn't. Okay? Yeah.
有没有什么问题啊？
I finish this and then we make the stop of the lesson. Okay, guys? Then so don't worry, very soon we will have a break. So just pay attention for this last part. It is very, very important. Power set has got ID too, because we could have many ones. Name, description, it is enabled, but sure. Then we have some settings. Energize with any alarm, no. It is done for some cases, not today, I hope never. This means that power set is allowed to be enabled independently of the alarm. I don't want this. Energization with alarm of axis not belonging to power set. Yes. Imagine I have two robots. Of course they have two different power sets because we are clever programmers and we make two separate power sets, one per robot. If the robot number 1 has got problems and the power falls down, I keep power on robot number 2. It has got no problem, it can continue working. So, this is the way. I want to keep energy if the problem is on an axis which is not on my power set. If I am working on robot number 2 and the problem is on robot number 1, it's not my affair. It's not my business. Robot number 1 will stop, will have an emergency, will do something bad. Robot number 2 will still work. Thanks to this. Okay? Number 3, energize with warning alarm. As I said before, if I just state a warning communication, I don't care, it's not a problem. I want the power setter to fall if I have an emergency, if problem of feedback, if something bad happens. Sometimes warnings are important, so you take these out, and warnings will make the power set fall. But many times I suggest to keep these enabled. Warnings are not important. Then, here we have the two timers we need to use for fast stop. For example, our loss delay due to alarm. When there is an alarm, the backward counter is, I set 0.5 seconds. I have a terrible alarm, the servo alarm, for example. I have half a second to make the ramp, to go fast stop, to stop the motor, then power is stopped by the power set handling. When I have feedback, I have no more feedback, a lot of feedback. Again, I make a controlled stop with this kind of timer. Okay, so it is important to set that timer. The fast stop is very important for safety. We set this one, we will be sure that after that time the machine will stop, and during that time we will program in the software the fast stop handling. We will ramp all the EV to zero. Or the active group will maybe have its own already performed fast stop. You just have to use it for all. Then requirements. What is this, guys? Easy. It's the request. Okay? Power request, this one. Request, I always suggest to have a register. Maybe you have an input, maybe you have a button that you press. I suggest never to give the input word directly to the power set. Give the input word to a register. Maybe on the register you may make your logic, you may write something. I say, I want to have volatile integer register 100.0. This means I will have this register to be the one to give power. When this register goes up, I will ask for power. Which states true, yes, on the edge or on level, it depends on you. I set on level, for example. I go up, as long as I keep the button pressed, I ask for power. I let the button and say, okay. Either it's okay or it's not okay. If the system is slow, I say, I press, I want on level, I keep the give me power, okay? Then I say, okay, it's not power, or maybe I have. But again, this is just something you may choose according to the system, to the safety, to the way to enable. Then enable. What do we enable with the power? Answer. Motors. Motors are on CAN COE, restriction, motor power due to motor power and stop. Okay? Some delays here I don't care about. I set okay, and I have this enabled. Then, feedback. What kind of feedback do we have? One is compulsory. Drive, okay? If I have the motor and drive gives me the feedback, I have to check. This is drive, feedback from drive. Feedback from drive. Okay, if I have the cool drive, and the cool drive gives me the feedback, I must take into account. If the feedback is wrong, I must make the fast stop and then cut the voltage. This is the way. Just a second. Feedback from CAN COE. Everything is already handled by the system. Happiness for us. Okay? Then we can set some kind of register. We can set everything we want here, again, as the same as the request. I say, I want a volatile integer register, for example, this is my software feedback, because I want to program something. I say, register 100.1, this is my feedback. I must set this to 1 as a feedback to have power. The day it will come to 0 because of some kind of logic, feedback is cut, fast stop, and then power. Very nice. 8 true, minimum duration, nothing. Very, very nice. Okay? This is an example. You can set an input, set the input, you may put everything you want. Okay? Final parts are definitions, the same as axis, you may set some definitions for the power set. I don't care. Then axis. Which axis belongs to this power set? What we never told before. I set axis 1, I confirm, yes, power loss on major iron, yes, quick start on delay the power set, this is something I do on my own, axis disarmament on minor alarm, I say never, can, here I always set all the ones, it's good to have all the feedbacks, okay? Alarm, or maybe major alarm, yes. Okay? Axis, I make okay. The axis disarmament cannot be measured, oh yes, okay, never, no worries. Then, axis number 2, same stuff. Minor alarm, okay. Enable, can, so on. Yeah, maybe I will set it. Yeah, minor alarm, plus, axis 3, yes, number 3, yes, can open toy. All the same stuff, don't worry guys. This is just to have all the diagnostics. Okay? Drive reset, this is how the alarms are given to us. This is a fault reset, alarm, axis signaling, okay? All the things just to communicate. Finally, absolutely, is again, how does the power set communicate with us? With some kind of alarm. If the feedback fault, system major alarm, terrible. If axis of alarm, system major, again is terrible. What happens to power set if I have a lack of feedback? Alarm major. Don't worry, these are already system-defined alarms. You just set them in this way, system major, to all the ones, and the system will make them for you. And stop. When you have, for example, alarm 50, means the power set has a problem. And so you know it is some kind of fault related to power set. You have easy diagnostic thanks to this alarm. I suggest to have a strong diagnosis power on the system, and this is the best way. You may have a very strong diagnosis abilities on the system if you enable all these alarms. So do it, all of them, and in the axis, all of these parts, all of these control and so on. Good communication, good diagnosis, easy to control the system. So, this is the definition, as we said before, you may set your literal for something, done. Everything seems correct. We have the power set here. Right click, generate all. And we have generated everything correctly. If one requested but disabled, okay. Can requested but disabled. Let's solve just this configuration. Feedback, generic, yes, can open, not present. Etiquette, yes, DF1, not present. This way we cut useless things we are not using on today, okay? One day we will, not today. Hardware, oh, yes. Last part, flash files. I want the FS. This is the structure of a flash file. In here we have FX, which is just a system. FA is configuration. Okay? I go here and I set configuration hardware. The hardware configuration is the system. Goes to FX. Okay? Miscellaneous, okay? This one, okay? Feedback, we have seen only the ones we use. We want ether cut, so know this one, get out, know this one, get out. Generic, yes, no problem. RDE, yes, 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 yes. HPL for your happiness, CP others, yes. I confirm, I go back here, and we see all the structures. RHW, the hardware configuration here, that it is. The RP1, okay, never edited this one manually, but just have a look. If we have the actual modules here, we will have them written. Okay, it will be a powerful way to see them. I make an example, then we make the break because I see you are sleeping so much. Okay? So, here we have the first generate all again. No more warning, happiness. Imagine I have the hardware. Imagine I have an actual module. And I set a very fine 16 plus 16 IO board. I go here, module description, nothing, and address. I want this to be set by me. And they say, I want to word, for example, 36. Confirm. I see, again, a current, for example, something like this, okay? And I say, confirm. Generate all, just to make it easy. No warning, nothing bad. I go in here. You see, it's changed. Here, slot 3, now it's our board. We have set. And if I go down, number 36 is input word of this one. If you have an input, you may easily see where it is mapped thanks to this configuration. RDE makes everything for you. You will, in the program, just say, in the list IO, you will write input word 36.0 is the wire you directly put in the port 16.0 directly. Okay? And the output word is here. So the same. It is easy for you to easily understand the mapping of IO. But now we have this one this morning, so I absolutely take this out, I confirm, I generate all, I go back here. Do you want to write again, to read again? Yes. No more module, no more word 36, no more output word 36. This is what we have done. Okay? Final part, this. We connect to the power, we connect to the system, because of course all the panels are connected to the main RDE, and there should be the parameters if you want the name of the power set. Power number 1. Okay? This way we will be able to make play on this when we will debug and see what happens to our power set. This is the main structure of the system. Okay guys, I save. Do you have any questions?